Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Get shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Hit dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Set. 180. Mike 50. I got you. I got you. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Joker, 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 Joker. Check it out.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. Shoot. Slam.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
40 got. You think you gonna get this?
61, matchbox lights.
Check.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
I messed up on that run.
Check safety. Kill.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago. It's Derrick Henry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Henry running right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Be ready. Attack. 51
On first down, Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Whoa.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check 15. Deuce. Check. Kill. Check. 15. Hey, Sunday. On Sunday. 51. Haywood. Here we go. 51's Mike 51. Push him back.
Back to the air on 2nd down is Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd and 9. Stafford. James has got it. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
50-50.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Shoot.
Yellow. I don't need to.
Smoke. 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Let's go.
Yellow.
25 to Mike. We'll go 25.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 43, 15.
Go get him. Hey, 25 to Mike.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Yellow.
Come on. Here we go. Bounce it.
Yellow.
25 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. Hardman, the 2nd-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the combine, running a 4.3 340, and should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver position.
Yellow. 480. Hey, rip lift.
Topper. Switch gears.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Throw left side complete. It's James. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. To throw is Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. On second and 12, Mahomes. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. From his end zone, Mahomes on third and long. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over first and 10. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will be a 2. And it'll be second and 12. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
They're actually actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Stafford gives to Johnson on the draw. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Yellow, yellow. White. Yellow.
Mike, get to one. Mike, get to one. Two, fellas, let's go.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home.
Mahomes now on first down. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Mahomes now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Let's go, motion. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40.
Yellow.
Let's go. 40's Mike. 40's Mike.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, it's Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He completes it to Henry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the 36, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, 57, 57. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. 61. Matchbox, right. Check, check, check. Check the yellow, 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 yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
32, 59.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores.
All right, let me change this. I'm in this Madden league.
It's add to their frustration, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game.
3rd quarter, 2
3
minutes.
and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
It's one like a medium. No, small.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And
all the way in for a Kansas. Impressive punt return, 83 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Yeah, the 50 one. No, with the to give me 50 with the bear too.
And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Chiefs 24, Lions nothing.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A good pickup there at 22.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's get out the field, D. Let's get out the field, D. Come. Check. White. Check 31. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Zebra. Safety's creeping. He's coming. Double up.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a and get
check.
Again, it's Johnson. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Stafford. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Kill, 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 kill. 15. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. SOS, SOS.
They'll toss it to Henry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 7.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford looking downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They begin with Henry, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, Ribblers, Delta. 51's the mic, 51's the mic.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Amendola, the intended receiver. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing.
Coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling make...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 49 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble, too, as he scrambles for a first down.
I think it's fine if he just quit. But he did. Then we find out, bro.
That boy said, nah.
That's cheap. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my every drop. When I drop, look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league, most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Hey, the Le'Veon Bell got X Factor?
Yeah.
Nah, he just got superstar.
Blow your mind. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, if I get one of these players from the Jets.
I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'm a running back. Ay. Same day, why I'm a running back. Friday, payday, running back. Ay. Running back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back.
Trying to do Hollywood bound for Harvey.
Run it back. Hello. That's the jig calling. Let me click over real quick.
You wanna do that?
Talk it.
No, I'm saying I know you wouldn't do that.
That's the way my name.
Hey, I'll do it.
I ain't never coming back the way the screen. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. With an ass back, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that.
Only
Clap
thing
when the
is,
money
Harvey
go,
must
you don't
have
slap.
backed out.
That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab.
Hey, Harvey
When it come back, I'ma get it back. My bad when the check hit the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit.
Hey,
I'm
let me
sad
get
like who's
Tyrann
that?
Matthew.
Knocking at my window. They say
We're
that
about to
it's
get
gonna
back
be
up.
like 10-fold. That's gonna make you up
like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'm a running back. Same day, why I'm a running back. Friday, payday, running back. Running back, running back, running back.
I'm literally giving him Mark Ingram in the first round pick for Le'Veon Bell.
Running back, running back, running back.
Hey, who named the speaker not that?
That's the Dolphins.
That boy said, who you want from Lamar?
I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
Bro, he trying.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all
He said anyone on my team.
Every single last one I got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored.
Hey, I want Xavier Howard.
No conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. Wanna run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
Playing skills, you did.
Yeah, you get the offer?
Hey, what you think about these? A 77 and an 84 Xavier Howard for Willie Snead in the first round pick. You think like that's decent on my half? Like, I don't want to take Willie Snead. Like, he's not gonna trade me Van Noy or Clowney. I'm gonna see who he wants for Clowney.
I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hate cause I told no risk. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They elevated, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the haters, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savings, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause watch out, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist.
See what he's talking about. He's probably talking about that. Yeah.
All on my wrist, AOB, just all off of getting money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then he was.
Is they joining?
Back then, you out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole for the all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the
Good look, you already gotta hire left guard. You don't, or left tackle. And then I'm not gonna have no running back after that. I mean, I really don't need it, but it's just the extra pickup. And you gotta think about it. Adam Thielen is 29. The left tackle's 28. Derrick Henry's 25. And Coleman's 21.
Hey, he got 4 different highlights though. It don't matter what age he is.
That boy, I mean, that boy on the highest contract after this too. Actually, anything I already signed about this year. That's the best part, bro. I don't gotta
I'm gonna put Hakeem Hicks up in there. You gonna do that?
You know what? I just looked at my offer.
That boy said Lamar Jackson.
That boy wild.
He said he wanted Lamar for Clowney or Howard.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. At a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by they sell.
That's why you treat my friend good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bro's on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
With this round, I make a joke. Everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna join. He told me he wants to be the Niners, but the nigga. Oh, hey, I ain't gonna lie. That boy Groovy called me. I'm supposed to hop on Call of Duty with him. Let me see.
Championships, all my records go hard. This a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym, jumping all over hurdles. I'm evading the pit. Can't hear with anybody. Take 'em, I can shake 'em. I break them out my Hall of Fame legend. They should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
I trade you my fullback. Only 30, bro. I didn't even have to re-sign him. I only want 2 more. That's how I keep, but you want Byron Pringle?
Who's trying to pay, bro?
Look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets. You can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet. This sugar. One man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods. Damn it out the clay. You wish you could.
I don't even need nobody like that.
I might just blow my wheel. I'm giving it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. Not true to
I'm gonna try to get some of these picks you got.
He said, bro, I'll give you anyone for him.
See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way.
I'm gonna say, if you can get Pat Mahomes, that's him.
Blessing after testing, I'ma show him skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show him skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead.
Bruh, I'm gonna be like,
I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make it next move you best.
I know Sky's trying to say.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm giving it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way.
Well, that boy trash compared to Lamar Jackson.
Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Let's go. At first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, this way.
Let me see who the Panthers got.
Nigga, I'm about to offer him his draft picks.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me.
Offer